Why am I all about becoming unbreakable? And the truth is because when I was younger, I used to break easy. I used to feel super fragile a lot. And people would say things to me that would stick with me for months, psychotically. And it would get inside my head, and it was just so easy to fuck with my mental, to a point where I just recognized I never wanted to feel helpless again. And so as a result, I just basically started delivering a ridiculous amount of intensity to every single day, because this is who I am as a dude. And I've been kind of going back and forth in my head in terms of just in general, some things I've been playing around with, and you realize a lot of the problems that you have in your life, whether the relationship, business, doesn't really matter what it is, they're all personal problems. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we don't have clarity on who we are and why we are the way we are. It's not as important to understand why necessarily, but it's a good idea to understand that this is who I am as a human being. I'm incredibly intense for that reason. I always feel like there's something to fight. And it's part of the reason why I do so well with pressure, on my back. I seem to do my best work. My focus goes through the roof. But it's always when things are going too good in my life, I tend to take the foot off the gas. And I don't know why that's the case. And I think a lot of it has to do with morbid curiosity as to knowing I can do this thing. And then once I prove it to myself, I'm good to go. I've proven it to myself. I'm cool. And you realize you almost have to set your horizons that much further. But becoming super anti-fragile and unbreakable, it requires you pushing so hard on a day-to-day basis. But that's easier said than done. That's why I do believe everybody needs to have a purpose or a mission, however you want to word it, that is worth dying for. There's days I don't get that much sleep and I'm still going inside the gym and lifting as much weight as possible. Why? Why would I do that? You didn't get good enough sleep. Why would you do something like that? To me, it's a morbid curiosity as to how far my body can go and how little. And it's because in order for me to become anti-fragile, I have to feel fragile in parts. But the more I go through that, the more I recognize that I am going to come out on the other end of it. And the more I break, the more I recognize that I will get out of that. It's knowing that I will always be okay. No matter what gets thrown at me, I'll never be back at that little kid who used to get fucking jarred up just from people making a few comments. And now it's not just it rolls off it's not even a factor in my brain. I don't think about it. It's why negative comments online don't even affect me, It's because I'm so sure of who I am. And I think a part of that is the things that people said that were hurtful, deep down you kind of knew that they were true. And that makes them that much more hurtful. A lot of this shit is just a reflection of the mirror. People say things in your head that deep down are true, but it hurts your feelings, and it's kind of scary because they almost saw right through you. But when you actually, versus you trying to shortcut and find a hack to this, and that, by simply just becoming the guy that is worthy of conviction and confidence in who they are. And when shit hits the fan, you can laugh at it because you know that you're going to be just fine. That's what it comes down to. You have to build yourself into a version of yourself that no matter what gets thrown on you, you know you're good because you got you. That is the assurance everybody wants. That's why everyone wants to be told, I'm doing good. Am I doing good? Am I doing this right? Versus trying to seek out your own approval. What is it that you are capable of? What is it that is your standard? And when you don't abide by that standard, there's a reason why you feel a certain way, or you feel lull, or sadness, or anger. It's because it's warranted. You have to start proving yourself and your standard correct every single day. And the rent is due every single day, and it never stops. But when you have a mission that in your head means more to you than comfort, like, man, I don't want to live life in stress. When something means that much more to you than how you feel, that's when you really walk into yourself becoming a real man and your own man.